Good morning guys, hope this video finds you well. Welcome back to another travel vlog. I am driving about and it's a fine Sunday morning, a warm Sunday morning. So we are on our way to Vikarabad, not precisely Vikarabad. I am going to my ancestral village that is en route to Vikarabad. That is precisely why we are on the Vikarabad highway. We were kind of hungry. We kind of skipped our breakfast, so we're looking for a good spot where we could have a breakfast. Now, Tollywood Dhaba appeared to be a fancy one, but I'm afraid we are here, but the food is not ready yet. So we will have to look for another alternative to take care of our breakfast. So the alternative wasn't too far off. We have now arrived at the food court. Tea and snacks are available here. Unfortunately, the traditional breakfast isn't available here. There is an array of snacks available. Lots of delicious looking puffs. Samosas look nice. ये भी समोसा ही है ना bro? ये मेरे को एक दे दो ये. हाँ, एक दे दो. So this is going to be our breakfast for this morning. So this is samosas paired with pastry. And I'm going with a unique looking samosa. So we are passing through Chavela right now. This place always evokes a lot of nostalgia for me. That was the food court in Chavela. We do not get the usual breakfast that we're most used to have, you know, idli, vada. But then I kind of enjoyed the snacks. The snacks were very good. This one particular samosa that I had there, that was kind of very unique. It had a very good taste, though coupled well with a cup of coffee. This is a very familiar route for me because I keep, you know, driving over to my ancestral village a few times a year, of course. And that's why I'm quite familiar with these, with these landscapes. But then when I'm driving through this route, there's one thing that always gets me, that always fascinates me, which is the canopy of these trees that line the periphery of these roads. They've been here forever, as far back as I remember. It never fails to offer me a unique experience. So we have made it to the next waypoint, Manigoda now. Our village is another 3 kilometers from here. So now we are heading inwards into the rural country road. So we are now in close proximity of our village. Village just a few hundred meters away from here. Some good looking marigold plantations. So this is our village, Yenkepally. The oldest tree in the village, the village school, and that's our village. I am now enjoying a fine time in my village now. What you see in the background is basically a creek that usually remains dry most part of the year. We are just post monsoons, and that is why you see it very alive, you know, very happening. A lot has changed since the last time I visited this place. Well, there used to be just sand tracks. Now there's an old bridge, a little concrete bridge that is come into place, and the place seems to be fast evolving. Now this is not far away from Anantagiri Hills. We are just 8 kilometers from Vikarabad right now. So this little track of stream flows through the farmlands which pass through our ancestral village, which is the Yenkepally village. The water appears neat, the water appears clean. I also see some life flowing through the water. Nice feeling, very refreshing. Well, sounds like you're very close to nature. Enjoying a little time in these beautiful waters. This is my cousin Rajesh. We have our cousins for company today. Rajesh, having a good time? Yes. Enjoying? Very good. Nice. The water level is not very deep. It's kind of very shallow. These are these culverts that the water flows through, and this kind of flows into the bigger lake. I'm trying to trail the downstream a little. It is extremely enticing. All you have to do is follow the water. The current is kind of very gentle, so not too hard on my legs. Water is not very there. Now what I have my sights set on is the beautiful sight of the water flowing in a serpentine line. This is precisely the downstream that flows into the Shivareddy Lake, which lies about, I think, 3-4 kilometers from here. And thereon, the water flows down further into the Gandipet Reservoir. That's what I've been told. One needs to be extremely cautious because there is a lot of gravel hidden underneath the water. Boulders. And I'm not footwear. I just wanted to experience something like this. I wish I had better prepared for this. I do not have the right gear to be walking down a stream of this sort. That's what I'm talking about. The background looks gentle, benign, but look what my foreground looks like. But I wish I could trade it further down, but then I suppose I should kind of contain my excitement and get a handle on my emotions. Yeah, better be careful because, of course, when it comes to rural life, there's a lot we don't know. And we just don't know what's lurking beyond this. So better safe than sorry. Something crawled underneath me. I don't know what it was, but then I think now is the time for me to retreat. But then we have our lunch plan, so all of us will come together and partake in the family lunch. Prayer is already done, and then we'll try and plan a course to go back home. So we are continuing to have a good time here at our ancestral village. Why am I here? This time of the year, we observe memorial services for our ancestors, and that is where all our king gathers up. We're supposed to have had our lunch already. We're supposed to, the sightseeing business got so big that we're still wandering around. So we had some good time by the waterside. Now we are taking a stroll down the interiors of our village. Well, we do have some land holdings here, farmlands that our ancestors held, now our fathers hold, of course. So we'll take a look at what's changed in the past. My cousin who's going to guide me to the farmland. This is the track that leads into the farmlands that are basically held a little away from civilization. Usually the entire bed is dry, but today is filled with water. So we'll have to use the periphery to get across. It's a very fine trail. Foothold is not very assuring, so got to tread carefully. So this creek emanates from the very center of the village. Then it runs, through the farmlands. As I mentioned earlier, it kind of converges with another stream of a little higher magnitude. Need to tread carefully. All right, so here we are. If you continue this trail, you will get into the main part of the village. And then to the right and to the left are passages that lead into agricultural farmlands that are owned by the village folks, of course. Tarmac is very, very slippery. And again, I am very disappointed in myself for not wearing the right gear. I have my chappals on. I should have prepared better. This was kind of an impromptu gig. It wasn't the idea. The idea was to... broke my footwear. The terrain is so rough. My footwear just cannot withstand the stress. I suppose I do not have an option but to tread this walk barefoot. Broke my footwear. I should have worn boots or sneakers, but then as I said, there was a random plan. I did not intend to explore the village in so much of detail today. I'm somehow going to be able to manage because I hope I have to get in the car and head homewards, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. A little bit swimming through these waters, harmless, I'm sure. For my sake, they have to be. This place, I must say, looks incredible. It feels like I am strolling through a ravine, a gorge. You head down straight up and then you get into the village, and we have to get into our farmland. So we have a passage from here. Various farmlands, one of them belongs to our family, where the expedition is going to head. So that's the trail that we came through, and that's how we mounted on to the upper part. This is where the farmlands are located. This is where... So much for the experience. Am I complaining? Not at all. I'm living it up, enjoying this fine countryside experience. Getting closer. Just hit a fence boundary there. Need to find a way through. So mission accomplished. Finally we are in our farmland. It was quite some trek. Not an easy one at all. These kind of treks kind of lead you to introspect. Fitness levels are basking in the glory of a fine view here, right in the middle of the countryside. So that little scouting was done. We are back on the water trail again.
लेफ्ट के लिए सेम रोड है।
हाँ वही बेटर है।
लेकिन वो बहुत पानी है कहते हैं।
हाँ
तो गांव से जाने के लिए बोल रहा ना। कार तो इधर ही है बाजू में।
ठीक है। वही जल्दी। Successfully managed to explore our little farmland. It wasn't an easy walk at all. These are, rugged, rough sand tracks and wet sand tracks, so made it all the more difficult. Made it successfully anyways. Could go back to where we headed out from. The cars are there, so we'll get ourselves a drive through to home. Heading back to the village home now. We'll see if we can have a little snacking done and then we will head back home. This is steep. Hey guys, thank you very much. If you have watched the video, do subscribe to keep in touch. I'll see you in another one then.